My name is Jake, and I'm going to be doing a devlog for my web development journey. Um, so I've seen a lot of people create videos saying logging your journey either in a blog or a video series is something that's something that you should do. So I decided to take them up on that and start this. I started web development last week, and I'm gonna be doing videos like once or twice a week or once or twice a month to sort of update on what's going on and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess first off, before we jump into the projects that I've done in the course that I'm following, I have a little bit of programming experience, around a month and a half of Python experience, where I got to like working with pandas and stuff like that, but I didn't really see myself continuing with that, as I sort of was more drawn to the web development role. So I decided to switch it up a bit and pick up web development. Um, yeah. Before that, I did take a computer science class in high school, and that was more of me just copying off the internet the solutions. And eventually, I got into AP Computer Science, which I ended up dropping because I didn't retain anything, because all I was doing was copying code. So that's a little bit of the backstory for me when it comes to programming. I've been only working with HTML and CSS for about a week now. I haven't picked up JavaScript yet, as I feel like I'm pacing myself to retain information instead of just zooming through the course. So yeah. So first off, I'm taking the Zero to Mastery Complete Web Developer course. I'm following their Become a Front End Web Developer career path. Um, I decided to subscribe for a month to test it out, and I've really enjoying it so far. So I might buy the year subscription after this. But yeah, it's a very structured curriculum, so that's something I really enjoyed. But yeah, so I started doing the web developer course first, and that is this. So the first thing that the course covers is of course, the introduction, how it's sort of going to be going, and then we went into like the internet and the web, which I sort of learned a little bit about, but I'll probably go back to those videos because I don't feel like I really retained a lot of the information from it. Then after that, we're trying to do a section a day, which I slowed down and decided to start pacing myself and working on retaining the information more than just zooming through videos. And that's when I started doing Free Code Camp as like an extracurricular with this, as Andre does recommend Free Code Camp and stuff like that, and these some exercises. So, but yeah, we then got into HTML5 and the advanced part of it, really just working on the basics of it. It wasn't too difficult to grasp. CSS was a little bit harder to understand, but I was sort of just zooming through, which I think was a problem. So I decided to slow down after I got to this bootstrap section, as I realized I wasn't really retaining a lot of information, and it just was going I was going too fast doing a section a day. I think that at the start doing the HTML and HTML5 section was good, but zooming past CSS and a lot of the important stuff that you need to learn wasn't like in my best interest. So that's when I switched over to Free Code Camp and started doing their web design certification. So I've done 2 of the things so far, and I'll show you my projects from them. But first, I'll show you the startup project that I did. So I've been putting everything on GitHub because it's like where I can actually put up the website. Like I can do this and open it up, but I have it opened up over here, so I'll show you. So the course, we went over a startup page, which was pretty simple. Didn't really use Bootstrap. I think we did for this button. That was really it. But yeah, this was like the first sort of project that I did. Very simple. It was a follow-along project that Andre was going through. So it was pretty simple. Just putting this background and then centering the text. and then a border, and then a button that when we click it, it goes to a MailChimp site. Yeah, pretty simple. I was definitely really confused at this point when I was going through this project, but it all worked itself out later. After this, doing this project, I did start the free code camp. As I said, once I had gotten to the bootstrap, I slowed down, and I started using free code camp. So I first started going through these, and eventually I got my way to the survey form project, which, looking at the project, they don't really have you doing a lot of like CSS, or they're not grading you off of CSS. So I made sure I filled out the form as like how it was supposed to do, and then I submitted it, and then I styled it to how I wanted to. So I made this, so it was pretty decent in my eyes. I tried to copy them because instead of like designing something on my own, I decided to try to copy their sort of project. I didn't do the exact same thing. Like I curved edges more than I should have, and I didn't like do pixel for pixel, but I tried to like keep a lot of the content the same, so I wasn't getting into like a designer role, and I was more just trying to work on HTML and CSS. There's no real functionality with it, but pretty decent in my eyes. And then finally, I made a tribute page for an anime character, as I wanted to sort of deviate off of copying their project, as I wanted to design this next one, which was a tribute page. So their tribute page was Dr. Norman Borlaug, and yeah, I just didn't copy it because I didn't want to. This I did work with colors. I put this picture into like a color generator, and it gave me colors such as like the gray, this color, and the colors, they're pretty ugly, but they sort of work together. So that was something I was working on too. But yeah, that was the last project I did, and then I worked over the weekend, so I sort of chilled out with doing stuff as much on. I did this on Saturday, and then yesterday I pretty much just chilled out, and I did a coding game, the CSS selectors game. So yeah, the CSS diner. So I did that when I first started, and then I did it again, and I was able to do it a lot quicker. So yeah, definitely at the start of the week I was pretty shaky. I was not really confident in a lot of the stuff that I was doing, but as I started doing the free code camp stuff, it became a lot easier for me to like pick it up and just work with it. Now I feel pretty confident when it comes to centering stuff, when it comes to like just a lot of the CSS things that I've been doing. There's still a lot of stuff that I'm not sure on, but that'll be for the next weeks to come. But yeah, that seems to be the end of this devlog. Thank you.